Ink-a-dink, 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 ink-a-dink. Wow! Basil goes to the beach. Ooh, it was a long drive. I think Snarky will be okay. I mean, we had to leave him outside the beach because they don't allow dogs into to Greenwich Beach. Hey, there's producer Kristen Schoenfeld, I think. Yeah. Well, thank God. At least it's not like at the Bronx Zoo, where whoever we said hi, there's Kristen Schoenfeld. She would give us the finger. Yeah. So Snarky, we had to leave outside the beach because thankfully we could hide Basil under the floor mat, especially since he's a two-dimensional representation of a cat. We kind of hide him, but Snarky the Snark Hound, our camera dog, we had to leave outside the beach. I think he'll be fine. He may have. Well, you know, Snarky is actually the pet dog, one of the pet dogs of George H.W. Bush, who's actually originally from Greenwich. Greenwich is one of the places that they've lived. But and of course, the little Bush that became president was actually born in Connecticut. He was born in New Haven, went to Yale University, and pretty much stunk up the place. Well, he stunk up the place while he was there, but in the meantime, Joe Lieberman went there and then stunk up the place. So they sort of went in opposite directions as far as going there and stinking up there. So here we are. Okay, we're going to try to get a shot. Basil wants to see the sun coming over the horizon, so we're going to. Basil's. What do you think, Basil? Okay.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
I'll have to look into my book of into my cat dictionary afterwards and translate what he said. And I'll add it in when I edit the show. But so here we go. We're at Greenwich Point, and both of Basil's people spent some time growing up here. David grew up here on Center Drive, and Kristen grew up here over on Indian Field Road on the richer side of town, where David grew up on the poorer side of town, the little burg of Old Greenwich. And okay, so here we go. Here's the beach.
Show them the portal.
What, hon?
Show them the portal.
What portal?
Oh.
I don't know. Okay, well, I got Basil on my shoulder here. Basil on one shoulder and Tweety on the other shoulder. So you got to show me. What portal? What the hell do you mean by portal anyway?
Another dimension.
A portal to another dimension? Get out, really? Where? Well, Basil's curious. Tweety flew up my shoulder, and Tweety's off going in another direction. He'll come back. So, keep away. Danger suction intake?
Yeah.
That's a portal to another dimension? Oh, look at that. Holy crow. So that goes under the ground, goes to somewhere?
I don't remember exactly where it goes, but when it's...
The second dimension, third dimension, 12th dimension? The demented dimension?
Lower tide, it used to be a whirlpool.
Okay. Okay. So you could go in there, but you couldn't come out? Or you could go in there and end up Oh, it's look at that. It's actually a pipe under the road. Okay. Oh my goodness, look at the leaves come spitting out of there. So it must be from one of the yeah.
It goes in one direction.
Yeah. So it goes into the pond over yonder?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's certainly I think I just saw some dude's head come out of there. Okay. Oh, see? Come to Greenwich, you never know what you're going to find. Even in old Greenwich. So, wow, look at that. There's a building over there. And look at these shells. Isn't that cool? So whenever there's a storm, it must pick up, like for instance, Superstorm Sandy. Or actually, if you take the letters in Sandy and jumble them around, you get Basil's mail person's old kimosabe from the Norwalk post office, Sidna. So if you want to play with the Scrabble board, you can take Sandy and make Sidna. Well, Sidna didn't get blamed for the wreckage though. It was Sandy. But look at the shells. It's such interesting shells. And see how the sand and the shells get pushed up and mounded up all the way up to the road. And down here it's sand, and then some rocks, which are a little too heavy for the tide to pick up. So there you go. You've got what's over here? Okay. Okay. And down here, it looks like it's not like out in California where you walk along the beach and you get globules of oil because they have the offshore drilling platforms off of the California coast. But it does still seem to be, the rocks are kind of oily looking. Okay. Okay, there's that building again. I'm not sure what building that is, but I'll tell you what, you can look across way in the distance, and you can see Riverside. The next portion of Greenwich over. Follow that. You're going to follow that. You see a couple of big mansions over there. And you can see a little bit. And off in the distance I see a couple of fairly large size buildings. I'm not sure if those are Greenwich or Stamford. I'm going to say that's got to be Greenwich over that way. Because Stamford would be, maybe not. Because we're looking up in that, no, you know what? That's Stamford I'm seeing from here. Some of those tall buildings. So, let me get back over to the, Oh, look at that. It's producer Kristen Schoenfeld.
He's collecting old men's toenails.
AKA Johnny Blaze. Probably collecting seashells. Because she takes some seashells back home and she'll probably put some in the garden and grow new seashells. And she'll probably put some of them into one of her wonderful, delicious concoctions that she makes.
Excuse me?
And you notice that here's something that Basil pointed out to me. He said usually by middle of November, and we're into the middle of November now. It's almost Veterans Day, and look at how the leaves are still on the trees. You know, some of them are yellowish, some of them are a bit reddish, and a lot of them are still green. A lot of the and of course the evergreens are still green as ever, but there's still a lot of foliage, a lot of greenage and yellowish and reddish on the trees. It really hasn't. Normally by the middle of November, everything's pretty much gone. And here we are, just barely 2.5 weeks to Thanksgiving. Oh, there's Kristen again. Okay. Just barely 2.5 weeks to Thanksgiving. And here we are. Oh, more seashells. Look at the amazing colors and the sound. You can almost make you can almost create a castanet, a beach castanet from the sound of these shells. Oh, we're getting close to that building. No, Basil, it's not a cat house. Okay. I see people are out and they have a sweater or a light jacket on, but it's a bit warm. Oh boy, look at this. Look what we found, shells. Okay, hold on. Just so you haven't forgotten that we're by the water. There's the water. And there's the water. No, you got your swimsuit on, Basil, but I don't think you want to go in. The water's a bit chilly at this point. Although it's probably warmer than the air temperature, which is in the 50s. But it's the hell is that? Wait a second. Oh, it's a blue conch. No, it's a piece of styrofoam. So we don't forget that keep away, danger, suction intake. Now these are I'm going to say they look almost like anise by the side of the road in California. But I guess they're meant to be beach. I guess they're like beach They're evergreens. And they make a nice erosion control. Oh, there's the sun. It's a little cloudy, tiny bit overcast today. Oh, look at that. What if there's a message in there? Yeah, the message is stop fucking leaving stuff around. Stop polluting. Look at that, some people over there. The BuddhaCat waves hello to some people. And being a bit on the stuffy side, like people from Greenwich are noted for being, they didn't wave back. Oh! Horseshoe crab. Well, part of a horseshoe crab. Oop. No, that's not plastic, Basil. That's real. Okay. And you've got your marsh grass. Okay. Now, what house is that over there, Kristen? Over there. Okay. Hey, somebody else is here. Oh, that's Basil's person's car. His male person's car. Yeah. Oh, look at that. There's the where that thing goes to. Okay. It's like a little salt pond. It probably collects rainwater. But at the same time, through osmosis, salt water finds its way through, and through that little pipe too. So look, this is what I'm talking about. There's a lot of leaves still on the trees for the pin oaks, the shrub oaks, the old oaks, and that's all oaks. Yep, the cattails. Yep. And some of those cattails have tails like our forest cat, Walter. Really puffy tails. Let's see if we can get a little bit more of a close-up. Yeah, look at that, see? Yep. It's like you see that? It's like almost like a Norwegian forest cat's feather duster tail, like a Walter, our feather duster kitty. And signing off temporarily. Okay. So Basil wanted to stop for ice cream, so here we are. See what they got. Let's see. Look at this. It's like a real old style.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I don't think it's changed since I've been like a little kid.
You know, I almost bought that banana right over there. Almost. But I said, now leave it for the next guy. That was 30 years ago. Now, see, we can't show this when we actually edit this because that's the wrong soda. Basil's sponsored by Schweppes with Swepervescence. So we can't. Unless, wait a second, producer, is Schweppes a Pepsi product or a Coke product? Maybe the man at the stand will know. Is Schweppes a Pepsi product or a Coke product?
I don't have the faintest. It's a Pepsi product.
Okay, we can do it then. Okay. Swepervescense.
I don't do anything.
And look at that. See, look at that. There it is.
I don't do anything Coke because they don't give me any equipment.
Okay, well, now we got to hit up My cat has a TV show, and one of his sponsors is Schweppes.
Really?
Swepervescence. And also, not A&W root beer, but we have to airbrush in a P in front of the A&W, so it's paw root beer. It's paw root beer. Now, why the extra P? It's that extra flavor that it adds to it.
That's right.
Likewise, Basil's favorite candy, the one that he endorses, is Tootsie Rolls. And how do we know that Basil is actually sponsored by Tootsie Rolls is Basil's favorite candy? Just look in his litter pan.
Very good.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Now we're looking at Long Island Sound. Hey, look at that. It's an old man's toenail. Look at that. Well, some old guy's missing a toenail somewhere. Okay, now see, you've got the flag and the pavilion, and now we're going to go out to low tide, because apparently it's not super low tide, but it's pretty low tide, and we're going to see what we can find. Certainly, sand seems to be in fine supply out here. So, okay, there's some boats out there. And I don't exactly see, where's the Trump boat? I don't see it anymore. It must have turned into the Trump submarine. Okay, now here you go. You've got the beige colored sand, the wet, darker beige colored sand. What?
That or a sundog.
Where?
Oh, it's a sundog.
Oh, it's a sundog. It is. Yeah, I see. It's sort of oh my God! Look how gigantic it is.
Yeah, are you filming it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a sundog.
What's a sundog? Oh, it's a rainbow.
It's an optical. It's not really a rainbow.
Well, I can barely see. I can see a little bit of the prism, the prism effect. Like right over there in a little bit of a clearing, you can see the prism effect.
See a whole circle of it.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, I wish I had a real camera.
Okay. Well, you do. Basil's camera.
A real camera. I can take a picture.
Okay.
Of my Facebook camera.
Is that a toasted almond?
Yeah.
What do they want for one of those?
3 something.
Okay, that's not bad.
Not great either.
Okay. You think maybe that's one of the ones I didn't buy 30 years ago because I left it for the next guy? Okay. Another quick pan back at Swepervescense, a Pepsi product. Oh my God! Hold on. Look. Now, Basil was reminiscent about this when we were at the zoo a couple of weeks ago, at the Bronx Zoo. And he made careful note that, yeah, I've been one of those. And there's a few of those kind of birds, seagulls. Seagulls, hon?
Goodbye.
Well, I see them. I wonder if you see them.
I see them.
Okay, they're seagulls then, as opposed to no seagulls. Okay. Oh, there's a little lighthouse across the way. Hold on, I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit. Hold on, let me make sure I do this right. Hold on, there it is. Up. Zoop. Look at that. It's a real lighthouse. Except when you go to lift it, then it's not a lighthouse. Basil says that bitch is heavy when you try to lift it. So it's very poorly named. Okay. Okay, let's see what else we got. Okay, sand. A lot of that here. Not much in the way of seashells right here. So obviously there have been a lot of kids hanging around here stealing the seashells. Well, let me pan out a little bit. Find out the birds. There's the birds. Where are the birds? Where are they? Oh, seagulls. Sure do. Oh, look at that. There's one. It's coming this way. Basil, don't get tempted. Because Basil will tell you, like when we were at the Bronx Zoo a couple weeks ago, Basil says, yeah, I've been in one of those. And I've eaten one of those. It's coming this way. Oh my goodness. Now, Tweety, this guy's a distant relative of yours, so don't, look at that. Oh. Look at that. Check that out. This is one tempting looking morsel. I wonder if you could teach these guys to say Aflac. Now, now, wouldn't this be an Aflac animal for wayfarers, for seafarers? Wouldn't this guy sell nautical or mariner insurance? Okay, he's got something stuck on his beak. He's trying to shake it off. You know, we're looking at him too. Isn't that something? Okay, hold on. Got to take the camera off him so he'll stop posing for us.
They say they'd rob your grandma blind on Wall Street, fritter her away her Medicare on Wall Street. And Pharma Oil and their pet fox don't care if she lives in a box, so long as they wear platinum jocks on Wall Street, Meow.